My name is Ebenezer Obadare. I'm an assistant professor in the Department of Sociology. I like to call myself an Africanist. I'm a student of African society. So basically, I look at, the interface between, state and society. That's a very good question, and it's one of the knots I'm trying to untie in this present study. And I would say that for the most part, the effect has been pretty negative, and which is why actually I'm interested in why something that has been so inadequate would seem to be indispensable at the same time. So the post-colonial state has, for the most part, not fulfilled. I mean, if you go back to the dreams of independence, the aspirations of nationalist leaders and all that, there's a sense in which the post-colonial state has been hugely disappointing. But that's the paradox, is that it's there, for some reason, And what I'm interested in is trying to unravel the reasons why the state appears to have survived, despite the fact that everybody complains about it and nobody seems to want it. I think my most important contribution is about the way in which a specific form of governance, or misgovernance in this case, has become instituted into the everyday lives of the people, so that people appear to have what you might call a contradictory relationship with the structure of the state. On the one hand, everybody sneers at state officials and state agents. Nobody respects the police because they take bribes. It's also about how, even though people realize that all these problems are there, they are also forced. They are forced to come to some sort of accommodation with it. It's not just about reinventing, civil society, and even though I think that is important, it's also about rethinking, the basic relationship, between the state, and those who control state power, and citizens in Africa. My research shows that is also contributing, to the way people imagine, the world, and the fact that people these days, the appetite for elsewhere is increased, and more young people want to travel to replicate the success of those who had gone earlier before them. It's also, I mean, again, you do have to think about, the implication of that for the state. The fact that the younger aspect of the population are always the more energetic, they are the more entrepreneurial. And if you have, these people, living in droves, it also means that there will be very serious consequences.